here's our character building little folder on arguments. So as you've seen before with other ones of these, it's something that we build on. And maybe there might just be a few things in it now, in our folder now, but it doesn't matter because it's a folder. You can add to it as much as you like. You can fill it up. You can include games, other stories, other books you have in your room that are on the topic. So I'll show you a little bit of what we have on arguments so far. And I'm sure you can come up with further ideas of your own. So we've included a Bible verse along with a picture that they can color. And you talk about the example and you memorize the verse together. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Now you might want to put the verse on a child's level as well and explain to him what it means. And something that we do for memory work as well, we learn it with a song, or we play a game, or we march around the room while we say it, we clap our hands, we do actions. Those are a few of the ways that we memorize our verses. Along in this folder, there's a little message from Jesus, all about arguments. It's a fun little message about playtime, how you can solve your arguments even during playtime. And here's a little test. They have to fill in the blanks. So I try to find something from a story we read or a part of a song, and I leave out some letters or words, and he has to fill in the blanks. And then he also gets to draw the faces. So that's a fun, finish drawing the picture, whatever's missing. His clothes, the cat's face, his feet. It's a fun little game to look out for the details, see what's missing. Here's a little song about arguments. If you don't have one or don't know one, you can always Google. I found a lot of things that way. And we've put together a few little prayers. Here's one little prayer, another little prayer, and I've just stapled them together. And this is something that we pray throughout the day or during our character building class. I found a couple stories. This is solving problems like arguments. This is the story of the two little goats who are going opposite directions on the mountain path, and there wasn't room for both of them to go. So what were they going to do? Now, what could they do? And it talks about you can either argue and fight it out, just like goats usually do. Same with an argument. You can prove your point, you can push your way, or you can decide to do what this goat did. Anyway, so this is a little story. There's something they can draw, and it talks about the different ways you can solve arguments. Then I included a little writing page to go with that story, or you learn the sound for goat, or you make a little craft all about goats, something related to the story. Then another story was the Garden of Unity. This talks about how a garden needs to work together to make the garden beautiful. All the flowers have to be there, the plants, trees. You can't have one without the other. Same with if you're doing gardening. These children are having a difficult time. And then comes the gardener teaching them all about the flowers and how they have to learn to work together. Anyway, this is also a fun little story related to something the kids enjoy. Gardening. It talks about seeds of love, unity, and kindness. And so we went to our kitchen and we got little seeds of rice, seeds of lentils, or any other little seeds, and we made our little bags full of seeds. And we planted them in our little pots every time we did something sweet. So that's a fun little activity you can also include in your study. Here last, I taped it to our file folder so it doesn't get lost. Here it's got a little boy, and the kids colored a go circle and a stop. Green light says go, red light says stop. Here are two little pockets that I just taped on our file folder. And here are little papers. We wrote out a whole bunch of things that the kids say throughout the day, during playtime or at meal times, or daddy and mommy time. And so my little boy cut them all out, as you can see, but this was good practice. And he reads them. I'll share it with you. Is that a go or a stop? And he puts it in the right pocket. Now this is a helpful little game to actually think about the things that they say throughout the day. Oh, that's a good idea. And see, is it something that will make you go or stop? If it's something good and positive and loving, you can go. If it's something unloving, for example, let's see. No, it's my turn. Uh-oh, that will cause us to argue, so we need to stop it. And then you put this little paper in that pocket. Anyway, this is a helpful little game to remember to think about what we say, to make sure they're loving and help us not to be argumentative. And that's our little arguments file folder so far. Hope you enjoyed it and can get a few ideas from here.